burning question presenting by Nippon India Mutual Fund, powered by Sharda University and NECC.
A very good evening. You're watching The Burning Question and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva. Remember, some time ago the Prime Minister said that the entire opposition, when they ganged up together in Patna, he said this is nothing. This does not benefit the opposition at all. It benefits the BJP. Also, quote unquote, he said, this is a photo op. And then bang comes the information saying that the government could be looking at the introduction of the Uniform Civil Code right in this upcoming monsoon session of the Parliament. Was the Prime Minister right? Did he know something that no one else was aware of? Did the Prime Minister anticipate that parties like the Aam Aadmi Party, parties like the Uddhav Sena, will break ranks with the opposition and be willing to support the government on the UCC? And in case that happens, what does this mean for opposition unity? Is this the first big test of the opposition unity, whether it even exists or not? That's going to be a big debate in just a moment, but first up the headlines as always. Sources say the government is likely to introduce the bill on the UCC in the upcoming monsoon session of the Parliament. After Fadnavis dared Uddhav to take a stand, the Uddhav Sena is now likely to back the UCC bill in the Parliament. Amidst the raging national debate, the Uttarakhand UCC panel says we are ready with a draft report. Manipur continues to remain on the edge. The Chief Minister, Biren Singh, now says he is not resigning at this very crucial juncture. And the Tamil Nadu governor puts on hold the decision to dismiss Senthil Balaji. The DMK is still weighing in their legal options. And unrest continues in Paris after a racial attack on a 17-year-old. Macron forced to cut short the EU summit. He's headed back home. So is the story, ladies and gentlemen, really about the Uniform Civil Code? Because do remember, this has been not just a bone of contention when it comes to the opposition, but this has been one of the very important poll promises of the BJP ever since 2014. They spoke about the abrogation of Article 370, that is done. They also spoke about the construction of the Ram Mandir, and that construction is in full swing. The next promise that the BJP has made is about the Uniform Civil Code. The Prime Minister has made it absolutely clear. The Supreme Court is pushing us for it, and we could well see the introduction of the Uniform Civil Code bill right in the upcoming monsoon session of the Parliament. But that is not the news. The news is, was this well timed to expose the fissures in the opposition unity? Otherwise, parties like the Aam Aadmi Party that continue to say that they are opposing the BJP tooth and nail, parties like the Uddhav Sena that clearly, remember, has no love lost for the BJP, they today say we are willing to support the government on the Uniform Civil Code. So is this the smartest and the most decisive move by the government yet? Possibly you could say yes. But what does this really mean for opposition unity and the entire bogey of, putting one candidate against the BJP come 2024? Is that even possible? What happened in Patna and what will happen in Bengaluru, is there a larger consensus now that an opposition unity is definitely not possible? Otherwise, why did we not hear a common minimum program? Why did we not hear news about a convener that was announced in the last opposition unity meeting? And is the opposition, forget fighting against the BJP, is it really fighting amongst itself? Those are very, very important questions today being raised. Why did the Aam Aadmi Party decide to jump the gun and say we are with the Uniform Civil Code? And just today, in fact, just today, they have also approached the Supreme Court when it comes to their ordinance, where they say that the central government right now is trying to take away their rights. So is this plain simple confusion, or who's trying to be clever by half? First up, the entire story of the Uniform Civil Code really exposing the chinks in the opposition unity, and then the debate.
The process of implementation of UCC is gathering pace. The centre is considering the introduction of a bill on implementing a uniform civil code during the upcoming monsoon session of the parliament.
मॉनसून सेशन में टेबल भी होगा जैसा कि सुनने में आ रहा है।
ये मुझे नहीं मालूम है, इसके बारे में कमेटी का यह कोई अधिकार क्षेत्र भी नहीं है, इसके बारे में कुछ नहीं बोल सकता हूँ। इसके बारे में तो जो केंद्र की सरकार है वही इसके बारे में कुछ बोल सकती है।
But the opposition is divided. While Aam Aadmi Party and Uddhav Sena are extending their support to the bill,
यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड पे हमने इन प्रिंसिपल सपोर्ट किया है। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के आर्टिकल 44 का पार्ट है। इसमें जैसा हमने कल भी कहा था कि बहुत ज़रूरी है ना सिर्फ जनता बट सारी एक्सपर्ट कमिटीज़ को भी उनका ओपिनियन लिया जाए, क्योंकि देश में बहुत भिन्न प्रकार के लॉज, बहुत डाइवर्सिटी है।
the Vadra Congress has been questioning the uniformity of the bill.
यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड का औचित्य क्या है? ये तो जिसको अंग्रेजी में कहते हैं इट्स अ डॉग विसल, यू नो, इट इज एन अटेम्प्ट टू द अदरनेस ऑफ द अदर। इसका कोई औचित्य नहीं है, ये ध्रुवीकरण का एक और मसौदा है।
As UCC debate gains momentum, the fault lines in opposition have been exposed. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So the Congress says this is a dog whistle. The left says that this is communal. This is for vote bank politics. How is it that the Aam Aadmi Party is literally supporting the Uniform Civil Code without even having looked at the draft? And why is the Uddhav Sena also today forced to stand with the Uniform Civil Code? Monojit, you're looking worried, and you must look worried because this again is a real test of opposition unity. We are waiting also to connect with our panelists from the Janata Dal United that possibly has been the one party trying to get everyone together on board. Suman C. Raman is also a political analyst with us. As we also say good evening to Sardar R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP. Ravi Srivastava is a political analyst, but you know, his heart beats for the Aam Aadmi Party. So he'll have to take those questions. So let's get started with Ravi only. And we'll also try to get Parimal Kumar, the spokesperson of the JDU, with us in just a moment. Ravi Srivastava, you haven't seen the draft. You are fighting against the BJP. You're saying the BJP does not want you to rule Delhi. You know, they are wanting to take away all your rights in Delhi. But when it comes to the Uniform Civil Code, the Aam Aadmi Party is with the BJP, no questions asked. How did that change of heart happen, Ravi?
I ask a question that where is UCC? Where is the draft? Aam Aadmi Party, you have just now heard their spokesperson. They said in principle we support it because it's a part of constitution. Now the issue is that what she has said.
But what was the hurry? The Congress is asking you. Did you also hear in the same package the reaction of a Manish Tiwari? He said it's a dog whistle.
Exactly.
The Congress, Pawan Kheda has asked you that have you seen the draft? Or are you working with the BJP in tandem so you know the contents of the draft? What was the hurry to even give your consent to the UCC in principle, Ravi?
That is your figure of imagination. First of all, in making every issue
Figure of imagination.
Opposition unity is totally unfair. There are different issues on which different parties have got different stands. So it is not that opposition unity got broken because somebody is supporting UCC or somebody is not supporting UCC. First of all,
there is no opposition unity, na, Ravi.
No,
Ravi, in the last meeting, Monojit is nodding his head. I don't know for what, Monojit. I'll come back to you. But Ravi, isn't it the Aam Aadmi Party that actually put out that entire statement? You know, out of the 5 paras, in the 4 first paragraphs, you're only talking about the Congress. You're saying if the Congress does not support our ordinance against which you've gone to the Supreme Court, you said, forget it. We are not coming for the next meeting. So how are you talking about opposition unity?
I think it's again far-fetched speculation. There are a lot of time still left for the next meeting. And the Congress
Speculation.
Congress has yet not made up their mind.
Are you going for the next meeting?
Openly on that they are not
Is the Aam Aadmi Party participating in the next opposition meeting?
definitely, I think they, depending upon the Congress stand, they will make up their mind. They're depending upon the Congress stand.
Exactly.
And Congress
That is political blackmail. Political blackmail. What you're trying to do, and I'm not sure, whether people don't understand this or not. I think we also have Parimal Kumar of the Janata Dal United with us, Monojit. Let's also have him on the screen and let's ask him this question.
Parliament are going to burn the ordinance.
Ravi, rukiye. I haven't
said it. Did you say it? Did you say it?
Ravi, relax. It's okay. See, the Aam Aadmi Party, everyone has said that the AAP has zero ideology. The Aam Aadmi Party has also been called the B team of the BJP. That is why the opposition does not trust you.
Everybody
now,
is a B team here.
Parimalji, tell me something. Nitish Kumar worked so hard to get parties like the Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party, the Uddhav Sena all together. Today, both the Aam Aadmi Party and the Uddhav Sena, Parimalji, are standing with the Uniform Civil Code.
No, they are not.
As far as the question of the opinion about Universal Civil Code is concerned, so Janata Dal United not favored the Universal Civil Code because you see, India is a land of diversity. Religious diversity is the beauty of the country. And
but why aren't people like the Aam Aadmi Party? Why aren't parties like the Uddhav Sena, Parimalji, agreeing with that? The opposition clearly is not together, no?
By the time, particularly, this issue will be sorted out. Opposition unity will be maintained. But as far as the question of our party is concerned, we believe that actually, since India is actually marriage, divorce, succession, inheritance, adoption with the rest are not different community, and they're based on the convention and you see culture of different religious community. And to impose UCC.
So why is the Aam Aadmi Party supporting it? Can you tell me that, sir? I know your party's stand. I know the TMC stand. I know the Congress stand. I know the stand of the left. We also know the stand of the Aam Aadmi Party and the Uddhav Sena. Parimalji, the truth be told, you are embarrassed today.
No,
you are embarrassed. No, I am speaking to you because it is Nitish Kumar who's managed to get the unthinkable, together. When Nitish Kumar got the Congress and the AAP, the Uddhav Sena all together, people said this was very difficult. But Nitish Kumar did that. He delivered. But look at what is happening today.
You see, as far as the question of my leader is concerned, the basic principle of Shashan in Bihar is based on zero tolerance against crime, corruption and communalism. Okay? BJP is raising this issue to make the entire politics communal. Okay? Because you see that since last 9 years, the central government is failed at every front, whether it is unemployment issue, even particularly they have deceived the people of India. Actually, they tried to particularly ditch the farmer of India.
But Parimalji, if the so-called opposition parties like the Aam Aadmi Party and the Uddhav Sena do not back the opposition today, they cannot be a part of the opposition unity. Can you trust in Arvind Kejriwal today? Now, we must tell Sumant and RP Singh, we must tell people something. And Monojit, you must also know this. To ensure that the UCC passes in the Lok Sabha is not a problem. In the Rajya Sabha is where the real test of the BJP is, Parimalji, and you know this. The Aam Aadmi Party has 10 constituents. They have 10 MPs, both from Punjab and Delhi, Ravi. And at a point where parties like the YSRCP have decided not to back the UCC, if the Aam Aadmi Party and today the Uddhav Sena, Parimalji, is backing the UCC, it will sail through. Monojit. I don't know what you will clarify. The Aam Aadmi Party already has clarified, Monojit. Monojit, can you trust the Aam Aadmi Party?
BJP has no interest in the
please, can I speak?
It is not about the BJP. The BJP knows what it needs to do, sir. The BJP is following its agenda. But what about the opposition, I'm asking?
Actually, the basic objective of the welfare government is to address the gender
the BJP has proved that there is nothing called opposition unity, Monojit.
Since BJP knows
No.
that-
Then please
Look
ask
at how
my good friend
in the last 3 days.
to stop. Then only I can
Monojit,
speak.
Parimalji, now let Monojit also, please.
Let my friend complete his point.
Yes,
Let my
Monojit.
friend complete his point.
Can you trust the Aam
Let my
Aadmi Party and the
friend-
Uddhav Sena anymore?
No, let my friend complete his point. Then only I can speak now. Yeah. You see, first of all, I'm not speaking on this on behalf of the party that I represent. I'm speaking as an independent analyst, and my observations are as follows. BJP is a party, political party, which is out to destroy the country's cultural diversity. They want to impose governor's rule everywhere in the country, like what they are doing in Bengal through this Anand Bose or whatever his name, I don't know. He is destroying the university education system like they are doing in Tamil Nadu. They have sacked one particular minister. So BJP does not believe in the democratic process, consultative process in this country. BJP has got no moral right to talk about the constitution of this country. They are the party which is out to destroy the constitution of this country. These laws are meant keeping in mind.
Monojit, you're obfuscating the question. Why don't you also tell me that much like Parimalji, you are embarrassed? You do not know how to, on the show today, defend parties like the Aam Aadmi Party and the Uddhav Sena.
Unity of the opposition. Look how the Prime Minister is already rattled. And you will see flurry of CBI and ED cases against all the opposition. They are carrying minor points.
You are saying the Prime Minister is rattled, but the BJP has numbers. RP saying,
and that is the most fascinating part of democracy.
RP saying for the longest time, the Congress has said that the Aam Aadmi Party is the B team of the BJP.
We are united in one count. All the opposition parties are united on one count. That this is a political party which has failed to put the country together. Look what is happening in Manipur. Look what is happening in southern part of the India. This is a political party.
Monojit, then these are issues that the opposition needs to be together in. No, you need to speak in one voice.
The institution of the country, on this count, all the opposition parties are united. On the issue of uniform civil code, I repeat, they need to consult all the political parties which they don't believe in. They are imposing governor's role in everywhere. In Punjab, in Tamil Nadu, in Bengal. Look at this
you're
man.
getting so agitated about everything else. You're ducking my question, Monojit. I just asked you a simple question. Can you trust the Aam Aadmi Party and the Uddhav Sena? Both the parties have decided to, in principle, support the Uniform Civil Code, Monojit.
Like this one. This is the BJP.
How will you fight Narendra Modi come 2024 if the opposition cannot be even together on issues?
What you keep in your fridge, how you marry, whom you marry, how you marry, that is BJP's interference in personal agency
tell that to
of
Ravi
people.
and to Uddhav Thackeray, no?
Interfering with personal liberty, individual right, fundamental right.
There is clearly, Suman.
Everywhere. If they are not politically elected like they were in Bengal or Tamil Nadu, they are imposing governor's rule. Shame on BJP and shame on the BJP stooge in the name of the governors. In Punjab,
what about the Aam Aadmi Party? What about the Aam Aadmi Party? Both you and Parimal have avoided that question. I know RP Singh wants to come in, but RP Singh, sir, just give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I want to get in Sumant.
No, allow me now.
How do you see this entire issue today with the opposition, Sumant?
No, I think it's way too premature. We don't have the draft of the UCC at all. And the support of any political party is conditional on what it contains. So this is like saying,
Sumant, why are you giving the long rope to UP? Why are you giving the long rope to Uddhav Sena? Tell me something. The entire opposition could have released a statement saying that unless we see the draft, we will not give a consent or we will not oppose the UCC. But that did not happen. The Aam Aadmi Party took its own stand. Uddhav Sena today has taken its own stand.
The Aam Aadmi Party is also saying the same thing.
What was the hurry to be seen to be standing with the BJP?
No. Dipti, I think you have to understand the Aam Aadmi Party is saying the same thing. They are not giving a blank check and saying whatever the UCC contains, we will support it. They are not saying that. They are saying in principle they accept the concept of a UCC.
Yes,
They have
right.
not said anything more than
Why?
that.
Why?
There is
When
the question of
the
them
Congress asks
giving
them to
blind
wait,
support.
when the Congress tells them that please wait, because in the Parliament we'll tell them to stand about the ordinance, Arvind Kejriwal decides to walk out. Issues a statement, Ravi Srivastava. So isn't that double standard?
No,
Now,
you
I
don't
think the most relaxed gentleman today on the panel is RP Singh. He doesn't need to worry.
But
The
you are
opposition
trying
is fighting amongst itself.
No,
And
they are not
RP
Who is
Singh,
fighting?
today
You
possibly
is
can have a
Fighting
good
among-
laugh. And
among
all of you,
ourselves.
Ravi.
Nobody is
Fighting
fighting, madam. We
you.
are all united. We are speaking in one voice. Nobody is
Of
fighting.
course, all of you fighting
We are all
amongst
speaking, and
yourself.
that's why BJP is wrapped.
Now,
That's
RP
why
Singh,
BJP has
there is also a school of thought
unwritten
that
governance
wants
law
to know
in the
from the
opposition
BJP
movement.
that when the Prime Minister said, RP Singh, that the entire opposition unity is a photo op. So was the UCC timed in the middle of
then
these
the Prime
opposition
Minister,
meetings to
if that
expose
is
the
case,
opposition?
madam,
RP Singh.
if the opposition unity is photo op, then the Prime Minister should
Are
sleep
Monajit,
properly.
rukiye na please.
He's not sleeping
RP Singh hasn't
properly.
spoken yet.
Why is he bothered? Why is he bothered about our unity? If
you know he's
everything
not
is
sleeping
hunky-dory,
properly.
Why is he bothered about unity? Let him sleep, let him
Why
rest on his laurel. Why is he so bothered?
Okay,
Why
why don't you listen
He
to
will
RP
send
Singh?
CDI, he will send CBI.
He'll tell
he
you
will
if the
send
BJP is
government.
rattled or not.
Why
No,
is he
listen to
bothered?
him.
If the opposition has no unity, the Prime Minister should sleep properly. He's not sleeping properly. It can be understood. Let him control Manipur first.
Monajit, this is the reason why the opposition will continue to remain in the opposition. Sorry to say this, but unless you have issues and a common ground, a common meeting ground, this is the problem. You'll keep fighting amongst yourself. RP Singh.
This is diversionary tactic.
RP
This is a
Singh, RP
diversionary
Singh.
tactic to dissuade people of India from Manipur. This is a tactic by Mr. Modi and his government to dissuade people from discussing Manipur. Absolutely.
Okay, let him
What is the
respond.
draft?
You've
What
raised
is
an
the law?
allegation.
What is the consultation?
So why is the Aam Aadmi Party and the Uddhav Sena falling in that trap? No. They should have
No,
said,
they-
forget the
They
UCC,
have
talk
not.
about Manipur.
They have not.
They didn't say
have
that,
not fallen in the
Monajit.
trap.
So please let
No,
RP
no.
Singh respond to
It's a
Please let RP
strategy,
Singh
well put
respond.
out plan
RP Singh.
to deceive the country from what is happening in Manipur, to deceive the country from what happened in Karnataka,
Monajit.
from what happened in southern part of the country. They have lost all their governments in southern part of the country.
You'll talk
This is
about
the tactic.
everything, but you will not tell us what happened in Patna. Arvind
What?
Kejriwal walked out of the press conference.
Oh, what? He was
He's
in
calling
a
the
hurry to
Congress
say-
names.
Who says?
And the next
He was
day
part
he's
of the
going in
meeting.
for the
He'll attend the
UCC.
meeting again. You'll attend the meeting again on 12th July. Who said?
Why
Don't
you-
worry about
Keep
that.
attending meetings now. Keep
Arey,
attending
do not have-
meetings.
Arey, how many hours do you
RP
have?
Singh Saab, you will really have to make
ask
your way
my
through
good
this.
friend-
Otherwise, the
ask my good
opposition will
friend
not
from
let you
BJP.
speak.
I'm not
asking
prepared.
my
See,
good
I'm
friend
not
from
here for a
BJP,
shouting match.
Let him speak. No, Monajit, you're not letting him speak. He's waiting to speak.
आरपी जी आपको मैं रिस्पेक्ट करता हूं. एक सवाल आपसे, आपके पास दूसरा एलाई का नाम बता दिए जिनके पास 10 से ज्यादा मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट है. नाम बता दीजिए प्लीज मेरे को. आपको मैं सैल्यूट करके चला जाऊंगा, कुछ भी बोलूंगा नहीं. प्लीज आपको मैं
हो गया.
रिस्पेक्ट करता हूं.
थैंक
बोल
यू.
दीजिए.
अब सुनिएगा, हेकल मत करिए.
सर थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच. मैंने सबको शांति से सुना, किसी के बीच में बोला नहीं. आई नेवर इंटरप्टेड एनीवन. प्लीज सर, is Congress with you? Adhir Ranjan Da is on board. He is holding demonstrations. He is holding protests. He is saying that Mamata Banerjee is doing threat trick by all in that accident thing. I have all the sympathy for Mamata Didi. I have all the regard for Mamata Didi. But he is saying that Mamata Didi is doing threat trick. There is nothing of that sort which has happened to Mamata Didi, where she is showing that her foot or her back has got injured. It's all only for sympathy vote she is doing so. It's not my word. This is Adhir Ranjan Das' word. So you are all on board. You're all together. We can see that you're all together. And also remember on 370, sir, sir, अच्छी बात नहीं रवि जी, अच्छी बात नहीं ना, अच्छी बात नहीं सर, अच्छी बात नहीं ना. मैंने टोका नहीं. आप देखो सुनने में एक अभी तो शुरू किया मैंने, अभी से दिक्कत है. अभी शुरू किया, अभी बोलूंगा सर, अभी बताता हूँ सर. अरे सर एक मिनट रुकिए सर, एक मिनट रुकिए सर, सुनिए तो सही.
अकाली दल यूसीसी पर आपके साथ है क्या, आप बता दीजिए मुझे. अकाली दल यूसीसी पर आपके साथ है क्या, बता दीजिए.
अरे रवि, अब मत सवाल करिए ना. पहले तो आपने प्रिंसिपल में उनको सपोर्ट कर दिया. अब टेलीविजन पर आकर आप उनसे सवाल करके दिखाना चाहते हैं कि आपने बहुत सवाल पूछे. रवि,
मैं दो तीन पूछे.
प्लीज, आई all the time.
Sir,
Now you must listen into RP Singh, please.
Have patience, sir.
A lot of questions.
Don't get perturbed, sir. Sir, don't get perturbed, sir. My friend from JDU.
I want you to complete your point, please.
No, I can't shout over them. I mean, if I do a shouting back, then they won't be able to utter a word. Sir, आप जेडीयू से आए हैं ना सर, एक आप जेडीयू से आए हैं, आपके अलग हैं आरजेडी के।
has failed at every front. That's why it is trying to create a confusion. The only way for BJP is to communalize the issue. That's why they're trying to.
BJP is trying to create a confusion. So the BJP has asked the Aam Aadmi Party and the Uddhav Sena to do an analysis.
हो गया सर आपका, हो गया सर, हो गया आपका सर, हो गया. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Can I say something, sir? Please.
You will impose UCC on the.
सर इनसे पूछिए, हम कॉमनलाइज कर रहे हैं. इनके इकलाई है आरजेडी, उनके एमएलए हैं निहालुद्दीन क्या कहते हैं कि हमारे बच्चे अपने घरों में बम बनाएंगे अपनी आत्मरक्षा के लिए. ये मेक बम फॉर देयर सेल्फ प्रोटेक्शन, ये उसके हक में है. इज दिस द एजेंडा दे वांट टू गिव टू द नेशन? इज दिस अ कॉमन एजेंडा और नॉट? इफ द चिल्ड्रन, इफ यू आर आस्किंग मुस्लिम चिल्ड्रन टू मेक बम्स फॉर सेल्फ प्रोटेक्शन, then what is that agenda? Let the nation know that. सर आर्टिकल 44 की बात भी कर लेता हूँ, सुनिए आराम से सर. आप ये बता दीजिए सर, आपको 4 शादियां अलाउड है? आर यू अलाउड फॉर 4 मैरिजेस? सर आपको 4 शादियां अलाउड है? सर क्या आपकी पत्नी को 4 शादियां अलाउड है? आपकी पत्नी को, आपकी बहन को 4 शादियां अलाउड है क्या? अलाउ करवा दीजिए, अलाउ करवा दीजिए आप. सबको बराबर अधिकार होना चाहिए. आपके दोस्तों को 4 शादियां अलाउ करेंगे तो बेटी और बहनों को क्यों नहीं?
Parimal ji, you should at least extend that courtesy to RP Singh. He listened to all of you patiently. But I've run out of time. Apologies, RP Singh sir. We really need to wrap up. But at 9 we bring our focus back on this issue. The UCC debate is getting bigger as the chinks in the opposition unity are out in the open, Monajit. You and Parimal ji might scream your lungs out, it does not help. Because the AAP and the Uddhav Sena are not listening to you. The BJP is having a good laugh. Thank you, gentlemen, right now. Thank you to all of you. We are quickly heading into a break. On the other side, back with much more.
The Whiting School of Engineering at Johns Hopkins University, the top 7th ranked university of the US, and Amity University have partnered to offer master's and doctoral degrees in engineering. Study partly in India and partly in the US or fully in India. For details, visit amity.edu/WSEJHU.
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं? खेला है, आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला. बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला.
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा. आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए. ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे. हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीजें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीजें बदली.
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं?
खेला है,
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला. बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला.
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा. आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए. ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे. हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीजें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीजें बदली.
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं?
खेला है,
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला. बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला.
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए। ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे, हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीज़ें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीज़ें बदली।
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं,
खेला है,
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला।
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए। ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे, हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीज़ें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीज़ें बदली।
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं,
खेला है,
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला।
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए। ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे, हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीज़ें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीज़ें बदली।
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं,
खेला है,
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला।
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए। ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे, हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीज़ें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीज़ें बदली।
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं,
खेला है,
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला।
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए। ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे, हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीज़ें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीज़ें बदली।
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं,
खेला है,
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला।
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए। ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे, हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीज़ें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीज़ें बदली।
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं,
खेला है,
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला।
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर
Welcome back, friends, to this section of the trending burning question. It's been 56 days since violence started in Manipur. The clash between two communities has taken lives of about 100 people in this state. The violent clashes in Manipur are still on the rise. Today, a high-voltage drama was witnessed in the capital after there were talks of Chief Minister N. Biren Singh tendering his resignation. He, of course, has been under fire over his handling of the ethnic violence in the state for almost 2 months. And he was, in fact, on the verge of resigning today, but changed his mind under public pressure, or it seems the case. Here's a report on all that has been happening in the violence in the state, and then I come back to debate.
While over 100 people have been reported dead in Manipur owing to the violence in the state, the disturbances in the state have still not stopped. Reports of violence, arson and mayhem have emerged from various districts in Manipur. In a recent case, armed miscreants carrying sophisticated weapons attacked Tangnom and an El Munlai village under Kangpokpi district on Thursday morning. Paramilitary personnel accompanied by Manipur police rushed to the villages attacked by the miscreants and launched combing operation to nab the extremists. Manipur Chief Minister has made it clear. The fight is not between two communities, but between government and illegal immigrants.
Because we are inseparable, we are all brother and sister. We do not fight between I repeatedly said, fight is not between the Meiteis and the Cookies. It is fight between the government and those who are illegal coming inside from the Myanmar.
Illegal immigrants.
Illegal immigrants. We try to stop them, but suddenly it has been brought up.
Today, high-voltage protest was staged in Imphal. This amid talks of Chief Minister N. Biren Singh resigning from his post. Hundreds of women gathered at Nupilal complex, some 100 meters from Manipur Chief Minister's Secretariat and Raj Bhavan, urging Chief Minister Biren not to resign in the wake of the violence that has hit the northeastern state for nearly 2 months now.
It's not that we don't want peace. We really want peace. Peace is what we are looking for. But at this rate, at this point of our where we are in the turmoil, if the Chief Minister of Manipur resigns, means I want to put up the question to him that where he is thinking of leaving the public behind. Where will we go? Who will lead us? He has been from the beginning responsible with this conflict. He is connected with this conflict. As a leader of the state, he must be responsible for this conflict, and conflict resolution also must be responsible through him.
It is not a time to give resignation. It is time to deal the situation, and we like more power is given to the Chief Minister, and Centre is giving full support to him, and he is a capable Chief Minister. We are very hopeful that he can deal the matter, and he could bring a restoration of the peaceful condition in Manipur. He must be given more power.
Soon, N. Biren Singh issued clarification, saying he will not resign from his post. Peace still looks far-fetched in the violence-hit state of Manipur. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, welcome back, friends. It's a serious situation there in Manipur, and joining me to understand and discuss, Binay Singh, political analyst, leans towards the BJP, live from Delhi. We also have Sumant Raman, political analyst, live from Chennai, leans towards the Congress party. And we also were supposed to have Professor Bhagat Oinam representing the Mani community. He would have joined us from Manipur. In fact, he did join, but there seems to be some connectivity issue because of which we have lost him there. But also joining us, Suhas Chakma. He gives us the cookie voice. He's director of Rights and Risks Analysis Group. He's joining us live from Delhi, in fact. And I would want to begin with Mr. Chakma, if I could. I've lost him, it seems. Can I get Mr. Chakma there? I wanted to start with him. All right, we lost him as well. Mr. Chakma and Mr. Oinam would have provided us, the view from the ground. both the Kuki and the Maiti voices, the two communities that seem to be effectively in a state of civil war, owing to, at the very least, bad communication by the government on the ST status for Maitis. So let me just ask Binay Singh on that. Binay Singh, these are very bad pictures coming in from Manipur day in and day out. Irrespective of the kind of drama that we saw on Chief Minister's resignation, perhaps uncalled for, it could have been handled better. But then the overall situation itself could have been handled better. Binay Singh, you think your government really has not done its part of the job when it comes to better communication, given the sensitivities involved in the state of Manipur?
No, I don't think this allegation is true. The government is very sensitive, hypersensitive, I can say, and they are more concerned about each and every life we are losing because of this, conflict. And look, be it yesterday, be it in the past, or be it today, or be it tomorrow, there was a grandiose plot to balkanize India. There is a grandiose plot to balkanize India. There are forces, those who are working day and night so that India can be dismembered. And they're using a single formula to further the fault lines, or to create a fault line where the fault line is not even there. So you can see the conflict between societies. This is not organic. This is not organic. I repeat again, this is not organic. This is a plot. This is a conspiracy which we are facing. And I can say that we are facing the 5th generation modus operandi of warfare, or the 6th generation modus operandi, where the reflexes can be controlled. And we are facing such kind of threats. So we need an elastic approach to deal with threats. Non-elastic approach will that will not get results. And one more thing, I was just adhering to Biren Singh. I just heard N. Biren Singh.
Go on, complete it.
I just heard N. Biren Singh.
Complete. Sumantara, complete.
Illegal infiltration is the issue. So let me tell you once again that the earlier governments, they were just focused, cosmetically focused on J&K. And there was no importance given to the Eastern Corridor issue, or the issues which we are facing due to illegal immigrants. And
Binay, we'll come to the political aspect. Binay, we'll come to the political aspect of whether the earlier governments focused on J&K more than Northeast. Hold on. Now I have both the voices from Manipur. Binay, hold on. Now, since I have both the voices from Manipur, we have Professor Bhagat Oinam and Suhas Chakma. Mr. Chakma represents the Kuki voice. He is director of the Rights and Risks Analysis Group. And Mr. Bhagat Oinam represents the Maiti community. He's in fact joining us from Manipur. So I want to begin with you, Mr. Oinam, before we sort of have connectivity issues again. Please tell us, for the benefit of the audience across the country, the mainland, as it is called, vis-a-vis the Northeast, Professor Oinam, what's the situation today? How far or close are we to peace coming back to Manipur? Yes, Professor Oinam, are you getting me? My question was how far or close we are to peace coming back to Manipur.
No, I am not able to hear you clearly.
Okay, sir, my question was how close or far we are to peace coming back to Manipur.
It's a very difficult question to answer. As long as I was in Delhi, we had all been talking about peace. But the problem here is that right now I'm in the middle of the city, Imphal. I reached yesterday and then found that there is already a violence that has broken up after a gap of few days. Now, the problem is what we hear is that in the peripheral area where the Meitei farmers are trying to go back to the cultivation because it's a monsoon time and they are extremely worried about this paddy plantation and others. But then you found that there is gunshots coming from the hillside. And the problem is now, as you know, the both communities have got their militants in the fray. So not only the Kuki militants, but even the Meitei militants have joined the file, protecting the villagers. And this has complicated the whole matter. And the fight yesterday was between the two militant groups. So what you are asking, the peace is still seems to be not so easy to come by.
Okay. Okay, let me take this to Mr. Suhas Chakma. Mr. Chakma, if the farmers are going to sow in the sowing season, it's raining. If they get gunshots coming in from the hills, it does not really help. Irrespective of the fact that now it's militant A versus militant B, there has to be some civil society framework. Manipur has had a history of working its way out. Why those systems are failing? Why those systems are not working? Mr. Chakma.
First of all, I do not represent the cookies. I am a human rights activist, so I represent all. And one of the reasons why civil society groups are not functioning because of the fact that the state itself has failed. The edifice of the state structure doesn't exist. The central government doesn't exist. The state government of Manipur doesn't exist. We had declared Article 355 on 6th of May, and today we are end of basically June, and we have not decided to impose president's rule. We do not have a face who could act as the interlocutor between the two fighting communities. And in the process we have is absolute wrong optics and perceptions. A gentleman prior to Oinam Bhagat had said that there are illegal immigrants. What illegal immigrants are you talking about? If there are illegal immigrants from Myanmar, please remember we are funding the Myanmarese government so that junta can throw out its own population and they come to India. And at this point of time, we have over 50,000 Chin people from Myanmar in Mizoram. Then we have some thousands in Manipur. Now, where are they coming back to India? Because the government of India is funding the junta. So don't give us the theories that people are trying to disintegrate the state. There were riots between the Nagas and Kukis in 93, 94. There are riots after riots in Assam. People who do not know the Northeast India, including the officials in the Ministry of Home Affairs, they think they find a solution. The only reason why we do not have the peace situation at this moment, we have to realize that the chief minister is no longer an acceptable face. So within the BJP, they have to find a new face or give the charge to the governor. And today, what did the chief minister do? He was about to resign, then he didn't resign. Then what message have you sent? That you are the chief minister of the Métis and not the other group? Yeah. We need a chief minister of Manipur, not a particular community. And that is where I think the BJP and the central leadership are failing to take a decision. That to facilitate the civil society groups. And why don't you appoint interlocutor from the Northeast India? Yeah. There are so many civil society actors from the Northeast India who are not part of the conflict. They can facilitate the rule. But what kind of, medium you have given? Nothing. So that's the main problem. The edifice of the state structure doesn't exist. And so long the government cannot control the situation, the civil society cannot come and replace the government. It's very clear. We are not going to, or civil society groups cannot replace the government. Government has to restore the law and order situation. Then there could be peace processes by the civil society groups.
Okay. Before I take this long list of charges that have been made by Mr. Chakma, I'll come.
He wants to make a point.
Yeah, please go ahead. Mr. Oina, please go ahead. I would give you the opportunity rather than make it political. Please go ahead. Then I go to Sumant Raman and then Vinay. Please, quickly.
Yeah, see, there is a very peculiar arrangement right now. Since you remember, the chief minister was called to Delhi by our home minister, Union Home Minister. And just after arriving in Imphal, we were made to know that the valley will be looked after by the chief minister and the hills will be taken care of by the center, somehow informally. So it is neither who is really running the show, running the state. So it is extremely difficult when there are two warring bodies, one militant groups in the hills, another militant groups in the valley, and the rule of the state is divided between the central government and the state government. So it is nobody's responsibility of looking after the state as a whole. It is already divided, even the administration.
Yeah, okay.
It's a very strange arrangement.
Absolutely. These are very valid questions, some of them very valid questions raised by both our guests from Manipur. I would want Binay Singh to answer, but quickly, Sumant Raman, the politicization that we have seen in the kind of incendiary situation that we have, it adds fuel to the fire. You think the Congress party can hold its fire for a while? You can ask questions, but then not complicate things. For example, by Rahul Gandhi choosing to go by road when the security agencies say, please fly, take a chopper, which ultimately he did, instead of taking the road route, which is prone to attacks in the given the kind of situation that we have. Sumant Raman?
Abhishek, as the two gentlemen said, everyone can see this is an appalling failure of governance. Failure of governance by the state government and failure of governance by the center. Look, this is not some sudden incident which has lasted for 24 hours. It is now going to be 2 months, for God's sake. And if you can't get the situation under control in 60 days, somebody must be held accountable. 4,000 sophisticated weapons have been looted. Now, where are these gunshots coming from? Very likely they are coming from the weapons which were looted as well. So what are we talking about? We need to hold somebody accountable.
Okay.
If the BJP is not willing to even hold Mr. Biren Singh responsible for what is going on, then only God help what is,
let me take
people
this.
of Manipur.
Sumant Raman. Yes, Sumant Raman, these are valid questions. The kind of situation that we are in. By the way, Manipur has seen this kind of situation not just for 2 months, sometimes 6 months, 8 months earlier also. I am not really comparing or condoning what's happening now. But Binay Singh, these are some valid questions that have been asked. Who's really running the state? The Chief Minister, Sumant Raman, let the BJP side respond to it. The Chief Minister is not acceptable according to those two gentlemen there representing the voice of Manipur. The state's writ does not run anymore. And that's, of course, visible with the kind of violence, with the kind of repeated violence that's happening. The manner in which even the army has been stopped from carrying out its duties. Binay Singh, somebody has to be held responsible, right? The buck has to stop somewhere.
No. When you say that the Chief Minister face is not acceptable, you are accusing an elected CM of a democratic state. And you want him to run from the situation? You want to resign him and to run away from the situation. And I think he's brave enough not to run, not to resign. And he's trying to deal with that. Because he's an elected representative and no one has the right to say that, he's not acceptable as CM. And one more thing. Be it Nagas, Kukis or Meiteis. Be it Kukis, Nagar or Meiteis, we are one as a nation. And the Congress must try to understand this. That by questioning the government, by questioning the governance, you are trying to instigate.
Okay, no. Last word.
No,
Binay, that's a bit of a lame defense, Binay. My question was, some accountability has to be fixed. Buck has to stop somewhere. My last word to Mr. Chakma, quickly, 30 seconds. I am running out of time. Mr. Chakma, 30 seconds.
It's the Home Minister Amit Shah, when he visited Manipur, he formed a peace committee headed by the governor of the state. So Home Minister himself at that point in time had expressed reservation against the Chief Minister. So it is not our saying that, Chief Minister is not acceptable. It's the Home Minister who had made it very clear. So therefore, accountability has to be there. And if we can't even hold somebody accountable for losing 4,000, weapons, which was arming the civilians. If you arm 4,000 civilians who have planned the mob, you think you will be able to restore peace? Even in Delhi,
unfortunately, I have really run out of time, but I'm coming back to this debate on Manipur at 10 p.m. Hopefully to have some of these guests there joining me. And friends, viewers, I would expect that you also come back. This is a very serious matter. We have to discuss this threadbare. Thank you so much. In this section of Trending Burning Question, I'm back at 10 p.m. with the same debate. Thank you so much for watching.
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं,
खेला है
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला।
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए। ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे, हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीजें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीजें बदली।
आप कह रहे हैं शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं,
खेला है
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला।
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए। ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे, हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीजें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीजें बदली।
आप कह रहे हैं शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं,
खेला है
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला।
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए। ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे, हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीजें की थी, लेकिन बाद में चीजें बदली।
आप कह रहे हैं शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं,
खेला है
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम खेला।
उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा।